Everyone, Glenn Sanford here, founder and CEO of eXp Realty, and also the host of the Expansion Podcast. So today, we're going to talk with Sheryl Houck, a three-time ICON agent with eXp. Been with eXp since 2017. Has had a really unique background in real estate over the years, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that Sheryl's done in the past, stuff that she's currently doing, how it all blends together. And also, I want to say big time congratulations for being number 5 on the top 50 individual agents in 2022. And you had a crazy ass busy year last year. I'm surprised you even have time to show up for a podcast.
Oh, no, Glenn. I knew it was a good year, and that was a big surprise, a big, pleasant surprise. So thank you. And I hope that we can go into that just a little bit because it was busy. However, given the unique platform that we have here at eXp and the ability to scale a couple of things, I got some time back in that year. So incredible story. So thank you.
So you're saying you didn't have to work that hard to do 237 transactions? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I worked hard, but essentially I got the foundation in place. I betaed the opportunity here in the Tampa market last October, I guess it was October of 2021. And then I shared the opportunity with my rev share group. And then I looked for Rockstar EXP agents in other markets to duplicate that system. So I was, by February or March, I was waving the white flag because it was a lot. And if you recall, I saw you in Cabo in March, and I had just come from Cancun, where I had spent some time with my best friend, Lisa Marie Kennedy, who was also an EXP agent. And I just went into this time. She was going into hospice, and I was able to really take my foot off the pedal. And I engaged 2 other EXP agents to carry the torch. And so I think I closed 33 million at that time, and then we ultimately scaled up to 87 million. So pretty incredible experience, Glenn. And only at eXp could that have been done.
Well, no, that's so awesome. So you're going to have to tell us, what did you do? What was it that you baited out in 2021 that ultimately created this really cool 2022 in terms of production? What did you put together?
It was pretty cool. Well, I'm not sure if I'd shared previously that from 2012 to 2018. So statistically here in Tampa anyway, the bottom of the market was Q1, January 2012. And we shifted out of that last down cycle primarily because a lot of the big cash investors came on the scene. Do you remember that? And at that time, at Q1, I was approached by three different investor funds asking me if I could get them some volume transactions. One of them was buying up to 40 homes a month. And when they asked me that, I wasn't sure that I could handle it, but you don't say no when you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, right? You don't say what seat, you just get on. So right. I started doing that for 3 different larger REITs funds. Did that myself from 2012 to 2018. Now you want to talk about working hard and on the hustle? Those were the years. As a single mother, it was a lot. I had a very lucrative business model. I had a TC Rockstar admin, full-time admin. Mary Kephart is absolutely amazing. And really, in 2016, she had relocated to Colorado Springs. Her husband was military, and I was on a hunt, fast and furiously, looking for a tech solution because she's so talented, and I really needed to work with her, and we needed a tech solution to continue the remote work. She was here in my Tampa office. We had a brick and mortar, and I had approached my my market center one time, two times, and we couldn't get a solution. So I found EXP by none other than grandfather Google because I was in search of a tech solution. So she and I we moved over to EXP. We increased our production. I believe it was 62%. So we continued to do that through 2018. It was an incredible experience, a great run. I'm so incredibly grateful. Of course, it helped me get the ICON award. But when they came back to me, knowing that I had the experience with our ExpressOffers platform, our ExpressOffers program. So
Right.
they knew that we had the national platform, that I could scale the system that I had built to accommodate other EXP agents and offer them opportunity and serve up a really great solution for our sellers.
Oh, awesome. So you were leveraging ExpressOffers as part of your success in 2022. Is that what you're saying?
I was leveraging the concept, and Glenn, you and I had talked a little bit about that volume transactions and the way that the volume transactions go versus what we had created in ExpressOffers, and we were unable to get those clients that I had worked with since 2012 in the platform for reasons that we had discussed. It was the agreement came out of our black hole. We're a national platform, and we had to cover all of the state regulations. So it was a bit cumbersome. It came out of our legal department, our corporate legal department, into their corporate legal department. It was just a black hole. It was not something that we could reconcile. So I was never able to align them with our ExpressOffers program, but I'm back in collaboration with Terry Jeffries. We're doing some great things and collaborating with some of the referral agents that have brought investors to our platform and we're starting to see more and more success in that platform. And you know how I feel about that. I think ExpressOffers really needs to be the premier iBuying platform in the industry, but we can save that for another talk.
Right. Well, you're definitely talking to somebody who agrees 100%. I mean, the fact is that it's uniquely positioned and designed to be able to support in a way that, the single heavy asset based platforms like the Open Doors or what have you just can't really do because they take so much balance sheet risk. So ExpressOffers, even at a down market, still in theory should be able to continue to transact business for sellers and buyers, people who want to have inventory.
Yeah, so, I'm excited about that, and I'm also we also are aware that we have it right. We have an agent in the midst of the transaction, and our investor partners want that. They want the seller to have representation and to handle the details, unlike an open door model, right?
Right, for sure. So now you were you mentioned market center, so that would be KW. I think you were at before.
Did I give that away?
Well, nobody else refers to themselves as a market center, but was that where you were at before EXP then?
I was, and I was very happy there. I loved the God family business. I didn't think I'd leave there. I was there for 4.5 years, but as I said, I really needed a solution. I needed a tech solution, and EXP offered that. I could have never imagined what else it had to offer.
Right. Now you've built a fairly decent revenue share organization. I think you've got 23 people frontline to you, 146 people in your organization. How is rev share as it went, as well, better, not as well as expected? How do you see it playing a role? Obviously doing the types of volume is probably a fairly small number, but how does rev share and equity? I mean, you're a 3-time ICON agent. How do all these play into your business mix?
Oh gosh, Glenn, I can hardly thank you for it. It really, given that I was on the hustle as a single mother, 2012 to 2018. And when I was able to, I think it was January or February 2020, I was able to cash in some of the stocks because my child was going to Admiral Farragut, and I was just blessed with incredibly great timing. If you recall, I think they were trading for 90.
Right.
$90 at that time. So it was really nice that I could just have that cushion. And really, I was coming off of a time where I was out of balance and I wanted to be more present as a mother. And because I had that, and I organically attracted a fairly good sized rev share group, I had that, and I loved that part of it. We're created for connection, and I'd love to be able to create opportunities for other agents and pass my business off, and still win through rev share without taking a piece of their commission. So I really, in 2019, I think probably like April of 2019, I just went on this healing journey to really get aligned again, because we can work ourselves into an imbalanced spot. And then I think in October, I was tapped on the shoulder to serve as the iBuyer relationship specialist in our ExpressOffers program that fall.
Okay. And then now is like, what percentage of your business right now is coming from the big buyer REITs, those types of things? Like, where's the bulk? I think that's the bulk of your business, but where's your lead gen currently focused?
Yeah, well, Glenn, it's all cyclical. They had a major shift last November. They had reduced their allocation goals by 70%. And then later on in the year, they came back and they say, Sheryl, we have to halt a little bit. They got into alignment with the nationals, the home builders, who had a lot of fallout in contract. They had a lot of inventory. So right now they're in alignment with the new builds. They love the new builds because there's no hold time to get a property rehabbed to get a renter in there, right? So
Right.
They're busy doing that. They saw the problem the home builders were having. The home builders saw them as a solution. So they're busy there. And I had gone to the IMN, the IMN conference in Scottsdale last year to just really get just a finger on the pulse what they were going to do. We're at a strange spot right now in our macro economy. And I think that they're going to be really conservative, at least until the feds can get inflation under control, the debt equity markets settle. So right now, to answer your question, that is 0% of my business. However, what I've gotten skilled at over the years, and I think it's because being a single mom and having to be hyper efficient, zoning in on those opportunities, I ask myself, where are the opportunities now? And we are servicing some short-term rental funds, larger funds that have national acquisition goals. So right now we're working on that. And of course, I have my repeat business from being in the business for 22 years, past clients, and I get to work with those that I like to work with. So I've got a pretty good setup, Glenn. I'm lucky and I know it.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Well, no, it sounds like you didn't have all your eggs in one basket, so that's positive. But when those opportunities come back, you're well positioned to capitalize on them, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, certainly.
Now, how do you organize all this data? It sounds like tech solutions. Obviously, you can think about EXP as a tech-enabled platform for your business. I'm sure there's things that you have to sort of manage yourself. Is CRM one of them, or do you use like KV Core as your primary?
Yeah, I rely on KV Core. I've got spreadsheets. I hate to admit, I know it's awfully archaic. In
Better than
Facebook.
Post-it notes.
Yes, a whiteboard too. And believe it or not, Facebook. I was able to break out lists, and I'm a big proponent of Hank's 36 to life, and touching on my sphere of influence through that. I do use KV Core, and I do love the power, the automation inherent in KV Core. But when maybe I have only two clients that I'm working a whole lot of volume work, transaction work. Of course, pulling in some of that data, I could leverage it through KV Core. But yeah, KV Core and Facebook is the answer to that question.
Okay. And so do you think of Facebook as a social network or as a social CRM?
A social CRM.
I agree. I actually did a number of years ago, but I actually did a full presentation on why Facebook should be your CRM as opposed to having a separate CRM, because all of your clients are already there. You can stay a lot more engaged. It's a lot more real time. So why, unless you just fundamentally have a whole bunch of other people, why not just manage it just right inside of Facebook?
And we're all pretty much already addicted to it, right?
Right. Yeah. It's not like they're not going to get your Facebook message because they use it. Now you might send them an email and there's like a 1 in 3 chance that they'll even see the email. But if you send a private message on Facebook, tag them in a post, you're pretty much golden. They're going to see you.
And it's relational. It's purely relational.
Yeah, for sure. Well, any one piece of advice you'd give to EXP agents?
Oh gosh, yes. I had a couple of pieces of advice. Given my experience, there are so many commonalities. I achieved the success by prospecting, by picking up the phone and calling. I picked the most ripe opportunity, like who would be most ripe for this. Absentee owners. So I would say, niche down. The riches are in the niches. Immerse yourself, learn everything that you possibly can about any particular segment of real estate. And I think that's where a lot of us trip up, Glenn, because there are so many facets of real estate. We're our bookkeepers and we're marketing and we're doing expireds and we're doing FSBOs and absentee owners and sellers and buyers. And it's a lot. And I think that we chase a whole bunch of rabbits, and maybe what do they say? You catch none when you do that. But I mean, if you would just take, for example, within ExpressOffers, we were having a collaboration the other day, and within ExpressOffers, even if you can niche down on probate, because we know one of the challenges in the market right now is the shortage of inventory. So let's go after that. Let's provide some solutions for the marketplace by finding the inventory. So niching down on something like probate within ExpressOffers, I think is a big win right now. So yeah, that would be my advice, to just niche down, immerse yourself, get to know it really, really well, commit to excellence, do it excellently, and build a system around it so you can scale it and make the top 10. That's my advice.
Awesome. Well, you certainly made the top 10. But hey, Sheryl, thanks for taking time today. There's some great clues here. I like to say that success leaves clues, and it should be pretty easy for people to pick up some of those clues and hopefully find ways to incorporate them into your business. If people want to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
I would say just come right on to my CRM. I am often on Facebook under Sheryl Houck, my personal page. So much of our business and personal life is integrated when we work real estate. So Facebook or Sheryl Sells Florida on Instagram. And thank you, Glenn.
Awesome.
Thank you for your time today.
Oh, awesome. Thanks as well. Okay, thanks everyone for listening. Chat soon.